just my internet screen. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I think we're about live, just waiting for it to catch up. So let me go double check and then we'll get started. Welcome. If you're signing in, I want to make sure we have everybody with us before we start. Okay, yep, we're good to go. All right, guys, welcome. I'm excited to chat with you for a few minutes. Thanks for giving us some time out of your day. My name is Tova Privet. This is Kylie. She'll introduce herself in a minute. But really, if you find yourself here, you're just curious to learn a little bit more about what Plexus is, or you're kind of new to the products or want to know how to get kind of which products fit you best. So after today, hopefully you understand a little more of that. A little background on me. I live at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I have 3 little kids. They're not so little anymore, 12, 10, and 10 now. They're getting so big. And I'm an Army wife and a critical care flight paramedic. So I spent about 18 years in emergency medicine, about 20 years overall in healthcare, retired from kind of traditional healthcare about a year ago, and really get to do this full time now, which I love, but I definitely come from a healthcare background. I discovered Plexus about 5 years ago, just on a friend's recommendation. And, I could go on and on about kind of what it's done for my health, but today we're going to focus on kind of what it can do for you and some of the science behind it. So that's just a little background on me. Kylie, you want to chat?
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I love sharing about these products. I have been on the products for about 6 years now. And I'm Kylie, by the way. I know she said my name, Kylie Davila, and I'm also a military spouse. And the products, they have been with me through a lot of stages of life. They've been with me through 2 pregnancies, the postpartum, like breastfeeding, that weird in-between stage where you're not really postpartum anymore. And it's kind of like, wait, am I healed now? Am I good to go? So they have been with me through a lot. And it's been cool because like I said, I got started when I was pregnant with my son, Noah. He's 5 now. I have a little one, Bella. She just turned 2. And so my kids are on the products. They get to take their vitamins and their little drink that they get so excited for when we get our mail. And it's a whole family affair. My husband's on the products, and I like to highlight that because a lot of people do see a bunch of women on these products and think that it's mainly for women, or they see a pink drink and they think, it's really girly. But my husband, he's a big guy. Like he's 6'4", 250, very physically active in the military. And these sustain him. Like he loves the products. He has military guys sometimes come to me because he doesn't know all the science behind them. He's like, you're gonna have to talk to my wife. But I love to tell people. So it's like a whole family affair. I'm on the products since I was, pregnant. My kids are older, growing up, and my husband. And I'm really excited to share with you.
Awesome. So we're going to jump right in because we have lots to cover. We have over 20 products, but we're just going to highlight some of kind of the core basic ones that we recommend people begin with. So you'll hear us talk about this triplex, and all that means is it's a package of 3 of our most popular products, and they work synergistically. So they bring out the effects and amplify the effects of one another. So our infamous pink drink that we're known for, we have nice, new, pretty little packaging. It's kind of hard to see with the light. But it's the main flavors are raspberry watermelon, but it does come in a few other flavors. And guys, this drink, we really just do it in the morning, but you can have more than one a day. It's amazing. So Plexus was founded kind of focused around blood sugar balance and good gut health and inflammation control. So those are our 3 primary focuses. And this drink is kind of affects 2 of those mainly. So blood glucose balance, it helps kind of make your body be more efficient with how it handles glucose and how sensitive it is to insulin. And that has to do with the chromium in it. And as an aside, I just want to put this out there before we really dig in. all of our products, the way I explain them, they're not medications. It's like if you had the most amazing garden in the world with perfect soil and no artificial chemicals, and you could grind all that into pill form, then we wouldn't need to exist. Okay. So this is like the most amazing garden squashed into pill form, because we just know we can't have access to that anymore, and what happens to our soil and our food when we produce it. So the pink drink, back to that, it has a bunch of chromium in it, helps with your blood glucose. And what happens is, even if you're not diabetic, that was something I kind of just assumed, well, I don't have blood sugar problems, I don't need that. Not so. So we have this up and down of our blood sugar through the day. If you lower that amplitude and keep it more stable, what that happens, how that shows up, is you get less mood swings, less cravings, less energy spikes and dips. And guys, I mean, we all feel better and are nicer if we can kind of be a little more balanced with that. It also has prebiotics in it. So what, you hear probiotics thrown around all the time. What are these prebiotics? So it's a type of fiber that the body can't digest, and it's food for the probiotics. So something that makes Plexus stand out from a lot of other products will just put minerals and vitamins and all sorts of things together, but they're not necessarily in the right ratio. They're not necessarily bioavailable. And a lot of things need to be paired up together to be properly absorbed. So Plexus kind of prides themselves on that. So that's really where that prebiotic comes in and helps. So that's enough about Slim for now. Kylie's going to touch on BioCleanse.
Yes, and I love BioCleanse. Like I said, when I got started, I was pregnant and I had a lot of inflammation, swelling. For those of you that have been through pregnancy and experienced that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Somewhere out there on the internet, there's a picture of my foot, and I literally call it the dinosaur foot because my foot was so big. My husband was like, I think something is majorly wrong. He's like, should we go get this looked at? I mean, it was so big and swollen. We had been traveling, but it was like a before and after of me being on BioCleanse, which is magnesium, and the difference that it made for me, and it helps me be regular. Matter of fact, if you look up magnesium, it is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. And that is huge. 300. It's not like it's like, oh, it helps with this and that. It's like 300 things. And I think it's like 48% of Americans are deficient. They do not get enough magnesium, which is crazy. And kind of talking about what Tova just said about pairing things up or the optimal absorption, is that Plexus puts vitamin C with this. And I never realized it before until back in my first pregnancy. My midwife was telling me, hey, when you eat like iron rich things, or if you take an iron supplement, make sure you're pairing it with vitamin C. It allows your body to absorb it. And so it was kind of like then the light bulb went off and I'm like, this is paired with vitamin C, because they really do want you to be able to take things that your body's going to be able to use and absorb, and not just take it and pee it right back out, because then it doesn't do anything. It's just a waste. So BioCleanse is awesome. It also helps to just gently clean your GI tract and kind of cleanse and get rid of all of that stuff that needs to be flushed out. And it's probably made one of the biggest differences in my health. And I tell people about it all the time. And I mean, if you read testimonies, you'll see this has helped people, whether it's with constipation or their problems, even with migraines or restless leg. I've seen people talk about that a lot. And so BioCleanse is awesome. It's a staple.
Yes, for sure. And it helps with inflammation. It's a smooth muscle relaxer. It helps with so many things, and can play a role in how your blood pressure is regulated too. So that's an absolute must. And it's made a huge difference with me. And I used to have those little muscle twitches, those annoying muscle twitches with your eye or your tricep or something that just drive you nuts. And the magnesium has helped a bunch with that. So that's your one thing. You have your pink drink, and then you have your BioCleanse. And the third kind of part of the trifecta is your ProBio. And these containers are so cute. I saved them and help organize my center console in my car now. I know all the things. So probiotics, there's a ton of probiotics out there on the market. Some are in the refrigerator section, some are freeze dried, some aren't. Guys, there's a lot. And first of all, the best way to find out if you like it is just to try it. Okay, I tried several types. This one is leaps and bounds better than other ones. It doesn't matter how many CFUs they have on there, 75 billion, if they're not bioavailable at the right part of your digestive tract. And then there's something else. So we're feeding good bacteria into our gut. And I don't know if you've done any research kind of on gut health. Neurologists now call it the second nervous system of the body. So all of Plexus, what it ends up doing is making your body work like it was intended to. All right. So we have a lot of things in our modern society, stuff we've been exposed to, antibiotics, all sorts of chemicals, high sugar diets where our bodies are off balance and not working efficiently. And it's kind of like never taking care of a car, never servicing it, never changing the oil, never doing the things you're supposed to do. And then you're like, why isn't this running right? That's not surprising. And how that manifests with us is we're tired and fatigued, and our immune systems are down, and our moods are down. So all that really goes back to two major areas, and it's healing your gut and working on your blood sugar. And those even go hand in hand with each other. So ProBio is going to restore all that good bacteria. Then one of the super unique things about it is we have several enzymes in there that help break down yeast overgrowth. And I didn't really understand how bad candida was and all that stuff. I thought, okay, yeast, like babies get thrush, women get yeast infections. Like, other than that, what are you talking about? No, think of yeast when you make bread and how it presents in other areas. It's fed by sugar. And guys, our diet isn't so high in sugar. And that doesn't mean you eat candy and sodas all the time. It's really difficult to avoid the sugar. So that means even men and women tend to have an American diet, yeast overgrowth, and something like one round of antibiotics can kill off your good bacteria for 6 months. It can take up to 6 months. And that's if you're feeding yourself probiotics. So a huge part of our immune system comes from our gut. If you're not restoring that good bacteria, if you were a C-section baby, if you weren't breastfed, all sorts of things kind of put you at a disadvantage for maintaining that good bacteria. And it's also infused with vitamin C, again, that helps with our absorption. So there's all sorts of good stuff, but those are the main highlights about ProBio.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about MetaBurn. And MetaBurn is a really cool supplement because it really does a lot. It is something that a lot of people will start because they're really looking for weight loss or to like really speed up their metabolism. But it also helps with your thyroid and adrenal support. And if you know anything about your thyroid, it controls every single cell in your body. And so it does a lot of things. And it's, of course, clean, no bad ingredients. You won't find that in any of the Plexus products. This is probably, I don't know, active runs pretty hand in hand, but my husband loves this supplement. Like, this is the supplement that hooked him on Plexus when he had been watching me, drink my little pink drink and do whatever, take these supplements. He started taking this and it really opened the door. He was like, oh my gosh, I love that. Like, it really works. What else does Plexus have for me? And I started to notice that some of my products were like going low and he was taking them. So this right here is awesome. It helps with like your fat, your abdominal, hips, thighs, waist, all of that fat. And to get kind of nerdy, and you can look more into this, but it helps to convert like your white fat into brown fat, which is very important because white fat is what you get and like what you hold on to that you don't want to when you have like too much calories and stuff like that. And so it holds on to it. And then we get stuck with it, right? So this is going to definitely help. It also helps with things like your mood, your energy, your mental clarity. This is hands down like amazing. And I think I pretty much touched on what all it does. Oh, and I was also going to say, like, your thyroid, because it is like flu and cold season, something else your thyroid does, it helps to regulate your body temperature, which is what you use to fight off infections and viruses and stuff like that. So it really gets, if you start looking into this like in depth, it really gets like, it's crazy. I would definitely recommend this. Maybe not if you're breastfeeding or if you're pregnant. It does have a tiny itty bitty bit of caffeine in it. And of course, it's going to help you like your metabolism and burn that fat. And so obviously when you're pregnant, you're not really geared towards losing fat, or if you're breastfeeding. And so, yeah, don't sit on this one. If you haven't tried it, I would definitely add it in. It's awesome.
For sure. I expected it to help my metabolism, but I was really shocked at how much it improved my mood. And it's funny, a lot of these things, you end up noticing the incredible effects when you accidentally run out. That's a big one. And Vital Biome's another product we have that has mood boosting effects, and it helps stabilize your neurotransmitters in natural ways. So, and Kylie alluded to this, that do some research on this. Don't just take our word for it. And whenever you research a specific company, you're going to get bias both ways, people who love it and people who hate it. So I encourage you to research whatever you're struggling with. So losing weight plus blood sugar balance, losing weight plus gut health, losing weight plus inflammation. And then if you're struggling with poor sleep, Google it with those three things. And the NIH has, and PubMed has tons of research out there about that. And also Plexus, one thing I wanted to mention about BioCleanse is we make our stuff in pretty small doses so that you can customize. Some people need 1 BioCleanse and some people need 6 BioCleanse. So you can really play with it and tweak it and kind of fine tune it, which is really hard to do with a lot of supplements that are out there. So that's one of my favorite parts. Active. So this is one of our top selling products. I need to turn my light down. Peach mango. So how I drink my Active every day is I mix it with my Slim. So that's how my husband and I drink it. And he's military too, as we mentioned. And guys, we didn't really have a plan to like stop coffee. We ended up accidentally kind of stopping coffee. We were dumping our coffee out all the time. And we're like, what in the world? We just didn't crave it anymore. Didn't need it anymore. Now, cool thing about Active, it does have natural caffeine sources. It's the green tea and the yerba mate, but it's only 100 milligrams of caffeine. And, you know, recommended daily values is around 400, even though a lot of people get way more than that. A Starbucks cup of coffee is 200. Now, that's not the like 32 ounce one, the huge one. But point being, a few things. It's not too much caffeine for you, which is better and can help kind of curb your cravings for it. But it can also, if you really do, if you're a coffee lover and want that cup of coffee, that's okay because you haven't overdone it. So Active, it comes in a few flavors. Peach mango and starfruit guava are our main ones. There'll be some other seasonal ones. One of my kids' favorites is the pineapple lemongrass. And then recently we just had cranberry apple cider one. So it's fun that they always come out with those flavors. But this is an awesome one that can stand alone or complement with Slim. And I actually have gotten so used to the taste of Slim and Active together. I can't really drink them separate, but you can definitely do a second one in the afternoon if you feel like you need that. I used to work 24-hour shifts, all 12s and 24s. And many deployments through all those. So I needed all the help I could get. And that's really where I got sold on ProBio. I was sleeping better. I was getting better sleep, but fewer hours than ever before. And I was feeling better and happier. And I was like, okay, you got to tell me more about this. So another thing with Active that's really cool, only 25 calories. And we already said 100 milligrams of caffeine. It improves the production of nitric oxide. So you're like, it's a little bit of a buzzword. You may have heard about it, but when it comes down to it, I mean, we'll give it in the ICUs. It's a strong vasodilator. Now, obviously, when your body's making it, it's making it very small amounts, but that can actually, so a lot of coffee drinkers worry about, if they have high blood pressure and stuff, and stimulants, taking stimulants and things that are going to contract their vessels and in essence raise their blood pressure. This does not have that effect. It actually has the opposite, and it's slight vasodilation, which improves blood flow, which improves oxygenation of everything, can help with recovery from working out and all that goodness. And then it has the L-theanine, which is tied to increased mental clarity. So there's a bunch of science behind this. It's not your imagination. And that's a fun one to try right away because you're going to feel a difference right away.
Yeah, I love active, like love it. I try when people get started on their Plexus products, I try to get them with something with active because it really makes a difference. And there's like none of the jitters or like crashes. And I wasn't a person that took pre-workout or anything like that, like consistently, but when I tried, because I was hello, like I need some help. It gave me like my skin would itch and stuff like that. I don't know. And I've heard other people say the same thing. And so it's all clean and it tastes so good that it's weird that it's healthy. That's how I'm like, it is so good, you guys. Like you'll love it. And there are several flavors and stuff, which I like all of our products the way they taste. They're amazing. To kind of end it, I just wanted to briefly tell you guys about our newest system, which is our reset system. It is a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. And I really want to highlight that. It is a fast, but it is nutritionally supported. And so it's not a cleanse. It is not like a quick fix. It's not any of that. You can use it to springboard you like into your health goals. Like if you're going to get started on the Plexus products, it would be perfect to get started with, because on that 4th day, you'll have your welcome pack, whatever you chose. You can get with the person who invited you, figure out what's best for you. And on that 4th day, you'll get started on your regimen. But for those first 3 days, you're going to do this 3-day nutritionally supported fast that's going to completely reset your metabolism. It gets down to a cellular level. It's very like a lot of science behind it. And if you look at fasting, there's a lot that goes into that and why it's so important for your body to get a break from like our Western diet. The American diet, even when you think you're eating healthy things, if you start to look it up, it's really sad, to be honest. The soil's depleted. Everything has sugar in it. Tova was talking about that earlier. And when you're consuming a lot of calories, most of it is just not even nutritious at all. And so being able to just break away from that and give your digestion a chance to just restart. Like I said, it's down to a cellular level. It's healing. It's awesome. Like mood, your clarity, all of that is amazing. You'll even become aware of like little habits of snacking and things that you've done. Like when you can kind of break away, you're like, whoa, like I've been doing that. That wasn't good. So it's awesome. It's just 3 days. And if you've already been on the Plexus products, this is something you can add in. You can do it once a month. It's recommended to do it every 90 days. But if this is something you wanted to just add into your regimen that you're already on, you can do it once a month. It's amazing. I don't know if you have anything to add. Oh, and it's simple. I wanted to say that it is so simple. It comes in 3 boxes. Like the one box has day 1, day 2, day 3. So you're never confused. You never have to go buy anything. Literally everything you're taking in those 3 days, it's just under 600 calories, almost 70 grams of protein, which is amazing. Like, I think it was more protein than I normally would get in my whole day eating normal food, which is really sad, but
Same.
it's awesome. And so, yeah, very simple. It walks you through it. You don't have to go buy
did it with me. I lost 4.5 pounds and he lost, I think, 7 or 8. Of course, always the guys I like right away. But he's not into any of that stuff really. So he was quite skeptical. But you're eating or drinking something every 2 hours and no meal prep. Literally, like you need some water. That's it. Maybe some milk with it if you want to do your way with milk. But it was super easy.
And it made me feel so good when I finished and I lost almost 7 pounds. No, almost 8 pounds. I think it was 7.8 and almost 7 inches, but it burns, it uses your fat for like an energy source. And so this is, like I said, it's not like oh, you need to do this so you can go lose some weight and then you're going to gain it right back. Like this is actually for the root level healing, and it's going to last and make you feel so good. My bloating was down. Like it was awesome.
You may have already said it, but it detoxes your liver. And this just takes me back to all of our products are made to get your body working the way it's supposed to. Okay, guys, these are the 2, I think, best similes I just want to toss out there before I let Kylie wrap it up. Dental hygiene. Like we have to brush our teeth every day. We have to floss. We have to go to the dentist. You don't have to, but it's good practice to do this. And it's not surprising if your teeth don't do well. And if you have issues, if you don't take care of them, your body is the exact same way, guys. It's maintenance, just going to the gym. Everybody knows you need to. You can't go to the gym for 7 days and you're like, why do I not look like a fitness model? Like, guys, this takes time. It took years to get your bodies out of balance. So it does take some time, but man, is it worth it? And our company has a 60-day money back guarantee. They're totally confident in their products. Our return rate, I think, is 1% last time I checked. So these products work. And I was super skeptical coming from a healthcare background. And I was like, okay, well, it's not going to hurt me. So I'll give it a try and see. And that's really what I recommend. Don't take our word for it. Give it a try. Tell us what you think. We'd love to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. We love to share about the products because it's something we're very passionate about. Get with the person who invited you. And if you have any questions, or say if you want more information on the reset or this triplex combo we were talking about, or pairing them both together to get started, whatever it is, get with the person who invited you. We have so many tools and resources. We have amazing incentives right now, a bunch of cool stuff. And also you can customize, you can share with that person your specific health goals and concerns, because we all start with different things. Not everybody starts at the same place or has the same goals. And so we can kind of customize a pack that's perfect for you. So thank you guys so much. And I hope you got some good information.